Procrastination. Procrastination is what we want to talk about tonight. Um, Procrastination is a very, how would I say, uh, close acquaintance of mine. We've been hanging out with each other for a very, very long time. Procrastination. But I want to dig into that topic a little bit more so we can, I got to evict this procrastination out of my life, Um, So I ran across a video today, and a young lady was speaking, very talented, bright young lady. Her name is Felicia Hatcher. Check her out on YouTube, Felicia Hatcher. But she spoke about um, a quote. I'm gonna read a quote that she said it wasn't quite hers, but I like it quite a bit. It says, "Learning more is a smart person's favorite way to procrastinate." Learning more is a smart person's favorite way to procrastinate. You know, you might want to, instead of really digging into whatever task at hand that you really need to be taking care of, you may want to watch another YouTube video, dig in a little bit more on this subject, or even go pick up a book. Oh, let me finish that chapter I was just reading, before I get started on my project. Or let me take another course over here. Let me sign up with this program and learn this thing over here before I take any action, because I need to know everything X, Y, Z, A, B, C, up and down, all the way around before I move forward. Not good. Um, yeah, action. We must get more in the mindset of taking action. In fact, I kind of came up with this saying. Instead of being a procrastinator, be a pro-action taker. Pro-action taker, right? So that's a term that I'm gonna dig in. I don't know if anybody else has ever used it or anything, but I like it. So we're gonna just say it's mine for here on out. Okay. Um, but she touched on like 7 different reasons why people procrastinate. Okay. So I'm gonna read these out to you. Let's see. Number 1, fear of failure. 2, perfectionism. 3, fear of judgment. 4, overwhelm. 5, a lack of self-confidence. 6, avoidance of responsibility. And 7, it feels good. It just feels good to procrastinate. I can say I've been guilty of all of those, some far more than others. Um, but yeah, I'm guilty of all 7 of those. But what I want to do, being that I'm so well versed in this topic of procrastination, uh, and the reason why I am owning this is because that is taking responsibility, accountability. But when you do that, what happens is it's like you are taking ownership. You're taking ownership. If it was something great, we had no problem. Like, oh yeah, I'm great in this area, I'm great in that area. But we must learn to also take ownership in areas in which we struggle in as well. Because once you take ownership is like when you take ownership, it's like you taking control of the wheel. You putting your hands on the wheel, and you got your hands on it. Now you have the control. But when you don't take ownership, it's as if you don't have your hands on the wheel. Now you may blame this thing or this circumstance, or this come up with this excuse, that excuse. But once you take ownership of it, and it's in your lap, it's in your hands, it's in your control. Now guess what? You have to do something with it. But again, that goes back to one of those points I just made. Is avoiding responsibility. That's a very big one. That's a very big one for me, I know. because there are quite a few things that I do believe that O.T. Russell is here to accomplish. Certain things I believe were specifically tasked to me. But if, I'm reluctant to do them for, um, a listy, just to check off all those things I just said to you, it is me avoiding that responsibility. It's like my duty that I'm avoiding. And there are consequences of that. It's like not being on point. That's what that's called. You've been given a duty. Um, you know, when the powers that be come to check up on you, are you on your duty? Are you completing your task? You're not on point. There are consequences to that. That's where the terms come from. On point. Are you fulfilling your duty? No, I have never been in the military, but I'm familiar with terminology. Now, as I said, there's like 7 different points, so I'm not gonna run through all of them tonight. I kind of want to just touch on one at a time. So we'll be going through this the next few nights, actually. So, 1, fear of failure. I think most of us, probably all of us, can identify with this more so than we may want to admit. I feel failure can be from as small as, going and asking a girl out. We've all experienced that at some point in time in our life. It might have been a little cute little girl or guy that you want to highlight, and you didn't do it because you figured, hey, you maybe they were out of your league, or they wouldn't like you, they may reject you, so you chose not to pursue this person, right? Or that opportunity. Same with a promotion, or asking your boss for a raise if you have a boss, or going after a certain client, or charging your clients more money. You may be charging one fee, but then you may think that your services are worth more, and maybe even twice as much more. But because you may feel that rejection, that fear of failure, you miss out. So fear of failure really impedes your growth and development, not only financially, spiritually. You're not being connected with one. You're not, and of course, you're not being your greatest self. You're not increasing at a rate at which you could if you did not have this fear. Just thinking about this, it makes me think that, it makes me think of the acronym. Fear is false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. Something, that hasn't presented itself, but we see it as real, like it's some consequence that has not materialized. It could possibly, it's no threat at all. Now, I think there's a difference between being fearful and being precautious. Now, we don't want to be just, jumping off bridges, thinking we're gonna be fine. I'm not saying that, but I am saying that don't be afraid to cross the bridge. Don't be afraid to build a bridge. But don't be so, of the mindset that you can just fly off the bridge. I'm not saying that. But fear is one of those things that has impeded many, and those that can surmount it, there's great reward out there. Yes, there are going to be obstacles, and there are going to be dangers, and there are going to be, sometimes consequences of failures, but a lot of times those things are just in our heads. They don't even exist. They don't ever materialize. So My point of saying is a challenge I'm gonna get to everybody before we get out of here tonight is do one thing tomorrow that you are fearful of. Just get it out of the way. Just do one. Just one. And then we'll grow and we'll build from there. But yeah, your challenge for tonight, we're gonna start getting into that challenge. And I'll tell you about a challenge, what I did as far as one thing I may have been fearful of, and I just did it. Okay? Talk to you tomorrow.